4 women, like usually in these smaller groups, very extremely form-fitting clothing, as one can imagine, like the height of 80s gaudy, like workout wear. And
Hand knit sometimes.
yeah, macrame. Anyway, they would play this music, booch, 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 this little workout beat, and these women would just do repetitions of exercises, right? Most of it was a lot of like pumping their asses around and doing this kind of weird thing, but it was softcore porn disguised as this late night fucking exercise show. It was just ridiculous. The '80s was quite a time. It was an unusual time to be alive and aware.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
and probably commercial breaks with 900 numbers with the
Oh yeah, god
with the
damn.
exercise. Yeah.
You want to chat? Yeah, oh yeah. Sure, for $3.95 a minute. Sounds great. Let's chat. Got a lot of stuff to get off my chest. I need an open ear. We were talking about the. Do you remember there were like chat lines, but it was like people screaming over the top of each other. You remember that shit?
Like a party line.
Party line. Yes, party line. That's what it was. The party line. Yeah, where they were just screaming the hell over the top of each other. Fuck you, man! And like, yeah, what up, yo? You ain't shit.
So is this a
Hey,
segue
baby, want to
into
get with me?
the potential party line I was suggesting? No, I was talking to Sergio a little bit ago. He called to make sure I didn't get washed away in like a flood or something, and I told him we were casting, and he's done a couple podcasts with us, and he's game at some point to come in on this session if you're interested in that at all. I don't know.
Nice.
Might get a little chaotic. There's 4 people, but you know.
Oh man, whoa, yes, indeed. Oh, for you listening, Matt is hitting us with some visuals.
Yes, unfortunately, our one listener is very familiar with us derailing off and screwing around with these filters from time to time.
Awesome.
Just because it's...
Oh, no, he's like laying some guitar chords down. He wants to talk about music. There we go. Oh,
You ever mess with these filters at all?
I have.
Yeah, they keep adding more of them like every day.
Right into Facebook, huh?
Yeah, if you just touch on the...
Oh, I see that. Oh, no, that's add a group. Turn off video. Share your screen, microphone.
Then you can take a picture.
Oh, up here.
Yeah,
like some filters.
You can screenshot it and then go like this.
Oh, nice.
See, and then
all right. I'm trying to participate, but I'm not seeing any filters right now.
Okay, well...
Maybe I'm not using the app, and I'm just like in the browser. And
Could be. But sometimes you can put a little background in there and shit.
Yeah, it's got like effects.
I like that.
It's got background. It's got lighting.
Anyway,
fun.
So
yeah, there's a ton of them. I mean, there's close to maybe 50 by now.
Nice.
Like it started out with like 10, and they just keep adding them like day by day. There's like a new one. All kinds of weird stuff.
Love it. Love it.
Like look at this weird stuff.
The point is this, brother.
Yeah. Wow.
You said a word today.
Jesse is the sky of diamonds there.
And now he's his true inner self. See, that's an expression of who he really is inside. His inner dialogue tells him that he is this. Anyway, you said a word earlier that I would love to get your thoughts on. That word is metaverse. So...
Yeah, I mean, earlier I think we were talking, and I mean, I believe what you're referring to was like our morning conversation. I will admit I was a little bit fresher then. It's a little bit later in the evening, but yeah, I mean, metaverse, I'm really excited about it, like right now. I mean, in an early adoption sense, but I'm participating, and I believe, what I'm referring to is we're just talking about the fact that in the last couple of weeks, Mark Zuckerberg has come out and said that Facebook is not a social media company, but a metaverse company, and that they're moving their resources to the VR and augmented reality space that includes the world that we live in and the world we're going to create, the infinite space of the metaverse.
And haven't they been pushing that direction for some time?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago that they acquired Oculus.
I remember hearing, of course, Oculus Rift and all that. Sure, of course.
Yeah, and at first, I think that technology was being distributed through cardboard, which was a little cardboard device that you could drop your phone in and just have almost like Viewmaster.
Yes.
Experiences.
I remember seeing early iterations of it like that, very simple.
There was this movie, and we kind of randomly went and saw it. I don't know if were you with us, Matt? I can't remember the name of it. And I haven't seen it since. We went to the theater, and this was back in maybe 95 or when we lived out in Washington State. And it was they had these little discs, and these guys would go around and they'd commit crimes, and they would videotape them, and you could buy them on the black market. They'd sell them like these violent crimes.
Is that where you have to jack in?
Yeah.
This one, what he's talking about is, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then it was like virtual reality. Like you could experience these terrible things that would happen.
Yeah.
It was like a drug. People are buying them.
It was hyper virtual reality because it was actually what you were doing. You were buying someone else's experiences, like the feelings, all the stuff that was in it would all be programmed onto a chip or onto some sort of device, and then you could get that experience straight out of somebody's fucking brain with all the chemical reactions, all the stuff that was happening, and then you could jack yourself in through means of a cord, whatever, and just jack it right in.
We did all go see that together. Was that the deal?
Well, we probably did, but I also had that movie. God, I can't remember. Ralph Fiennes is in it.
It's called Strange Days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strange Days. I also had that movie for many years on DVD, and I watched it many times because it was a very intriguing thing. And it's cool that you brought that up because I was thinking about that movie earlier after we spoke, Brad, when you were talking about all this metaverse kind of stuff, and you were surfing down, Michigan Avenue on a taxi in 8K.
Yeah, I did that this morning in 8K. It was awesome. Basically, someone has just taken a GoPro, and they have hooked it up to the taxi cab, of course, but they shot it in 8K. It looks like they come in off of LSD off of Lakeshore Drive, right with.
That's
the Drake.
That's Jean-Claude Pointe du Sable Lakeshore Drive now.
There you go.
That's a bad idea, but okay. Anyway, yes.
Oh no. Sorry.
No, I like it.
He wants to be assistant health secretary. Are you going for that?
It's Divine.
Are you doing? Yeah, Divine. Yeah, you look closer to Divine.
I got a good group photo on that one. No.
Yeah, you just want to be the new assistant health secretary. I know. Put a wig on a walrus and fucking let's go. Are you crying now? Jesus, man.
That's a nice filter.
Get a hold of yourself, man. We're just having a conversation. I'm not trying to hurt your fucking feelings. Come on, man. Wipe away those alligator tears. Come on. Anyway, keep going, Brad. Sorry.
No, but for real, it was great. You got the Water Tower Place, then you got the shopping district, then you got I don't know what was the Chicago Tribune building. You go past the Art Institute. I paused it. All the faces were on the towers in Millennial Park. It was awesome. I was saying, Michael J. Fox has never even had that experience of surfing the top of a car. I mean,
No.
Teen Wolf was as good as it got for him.
Now, was this just visual, or was there other sensations involved? Could you feel breeze as you were going past, or is it not?
You bring up a good point. when I use like VR, I do have a fan like going. I do have like a small fan like blowing on me. I do kind of create some sensations. They aren't going to be consistent with the experiences.
Sure.
But I do, yeah, I have a little bit of that. But no, you have the ambiance, you have the sound.
You can so you can hear what's happening around.
Wow, oh yeah, I
awesome.
stopped for a minute and I was like watching this dude with all of his artwork out on the street. I watched some people buy it from him, like right in front of the artist too. It was a very interesting experience. I mean, I turned the camera focus on the artist on the sidewalk. I watched the sale take place, and I was like moved by it. You know, I mean, so there's real experiences to be had. I mean, that's like Chicago, but like last week, I was watching a 360 VR documentary on the Notre Dame. I have to admit, I'm a little ashamed that I forgot that it had burned. And but there's this great VR documentary. They were shooting a VR documentary of Notre Dame before the fire, so they have all this awesome 4K like footage of Notre Dame. So I mean, I'm like in there, I'm looking at the stained glass, I'm humbled. Like literally, I was down on the floor, kneeling, not like praying or anything. Like and not like because it was like shattering me to the ground, but just because that was my perspective. And I was like on the ground of Notre Dame, like looking up at everything, loving it. And then they take you back. Dude, it's been destroyed. It's like gone. They like took all the stained glass out. They're preserving it. They have buttresses in holding it up. They are going to rebuild Notre Dame, but it is destroyed. And they take you there in VR and like drones and everything. It's awesome. So like there's real authentic experiences to be had in virtual reality. Like I'm invested in the French people. I'm invested in Notre Dame, and it's because of VR.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool, man. Yeah, I guess there's a whole wave of things coming that it's hard to even imagine what some of it will, where the tributaries and all the rivulets and the small little inlets that it's going to lead into. It's hard to even imagine where it's all going to go. The ball will bounce. It's
going to be fun though.
Yeah, the ball will bounce mightily. Yeah. For sure.
Strange days, man. Indeed.
Oh shit! I gotta jack in. Ah! No.
Well, I'll tell you that.
It's memories of me getting my ass swatted.
It's important, that movie, and it is. It's a psychological thriller, but it's a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And like all the way to the end of the film, like I'm just gonna spoiler it because if you haven't seen it, just go enjoy it.
Yeah, it was
it doesn't
from the
really
last
matter.
fucking century. So if you haven't seen it now, tough shit.
But like, basically, this killer wants to like force the person that they're killing to watch themselves be killed, so he jacks himself into them while he's killing them.
He makes that
it's
loop.
Just horrific.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, it left me in a pretty dark place after seeing it, man.
Yeah. Because and all of a sudden you just see his perspective coming up behind the to get him.
And you can't run away because you're running away and running to him. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah. See, now that is an inventive storyline. That's a good story, man. It's compelling. It's suspenseful. It's got an original take that even today, I think if we were to pop it in right now, it would still be intriguing for a lot of the same reasons it was when you saw it the first time. We're like, that is
there's like
just the idea of it's crazy.
For sure. And there's like real authentic romance. Like in the beginning of it, there's like some scenes where like he has this memory of a love in the beach and like Venice Beach and this like maybe weekend with this one girl, and he keeps replaying the memory and he's like lost in it. So there's dynamics that way too. It's a all around good film.
Yeah, could you imagine if you were able to take a snip of a moment out of your own life that was so goddamn deep and profound it was one of those peak moments of your life, but you had it recorded in such a way that you could get all of the sounds of the birds, the fucking breezes on your face, everything down to the finite detail, and just like wallow in it at some later point when you're just like old and decrepit and broken down, and you